Welcome to the You Got to Do Better podcast presented by your two favorite hosts, Maya Jordan and
Lady MJ.
this podcast will deliver hard conversations, relationships evolving, and different perspectives between a Gen X and Gen Z. So, today's topic is about
Influence. The power of
yes,
influence.
the power of influence. So, when the first words, what is the first word that you think of when the power of influence come to your mind?
I was saying, I think about leadership. Leadership is the first word I would say come to mind when I'm thinking about influence, because leaders usually will influence their group, that person, the staff, the team, whomever, when you're trying to influence them, hopefully to go the right way or teach them the correct way of doing it and so forth. So, what about you?
So when I first thought of the first thing I see, the power of influence, it could be a positive thing, a negative thing, but the first thing that comes to mind is something negative.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
When
why
I
is that?
think of the power of influence, because many people can sway you one way, and everybody is not genuine in being leaders. Or leadership doesn't mean that it's always a good thing. You can be involved in something bad, but they're the leader of it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it's like I feel like it's when I think of the power of influence, I feel like you don't have a mind for your own.
Right.
You let someone else control your mind and your actions. That's what I think about.
Mm. Oh, wow. So, are you saying so a person that has the influence, is
hmm
it good to use your influence or your power of influence? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
To use your power of influence,
Yeah.
um, if you have the opportunity to, why not use it? I see why people use it
Mhm.
because it's like I have my own ambiance
Mhm.
and like people like I'm a trendsetter. Like people is doing what I do, so I'm not the only one doing it. So why
Okay.
not have influence? But I'm just saying some influence aren't good and
Right.
some are bad. Some influence are good and some are bad.
Mhm. That yeah, I understand about that. That's good.
Do you think all influence are good and bad?
I think some influences are bad, like because you'll see a lot of people in hierarchy or high power where they'll take their influence
Mhm.
and they would use it for their advantage
Mhm.
to have someone, as they would say, do the dirty work or, influence them or to make them do bad things to other people or bad things in certain situations where
Yeah.
they can always win when everyone else is losing around them.
Yeah. So have the power influence came upon you once, or have you ever felt like you're being influenced or swayed it one way?
hmm So yeah, like I could say I experienced both, like the power influence coming over me where I know in certain situations where I do have, I would say, the upper hand.
Mhm.
So I could influence that person or that group, you know, to do this type of style or this type of way.
Yeah.
And then I have experience where I could tell when a person is influencing or steering me in a direction where it's like, okay, that wasn't not my first choice, but you're using your influence to kind of steer me into the wrong direction. So yeah, I've experienced both. How about you?
For me, yes. Influence, I have been steered both ways. I felt like I was an influencer at once.
Mhm.
Um, but when it came to bad, it was more so like definitely in school when it's like do this or do that, or we all laughing at something when we know we don't supposed to be laughing, or
Mm.
you hang around these certain group and now you're influenced by them because it's something you always wanted to do, or you see it's fun on them and they never got in trouble for it. The other way, I've been influenced where it's like, well, if you do good, this greatness will come and happen to you, or something like this will happen for you. And yeah, so I have both. When it was like my opportunity of being influenced, it was like I never influenced no one to do bad, because I wouldn't want it to happen to me.
Right, like
So it's,
karma.
yeah, it was more so like do good in the world, or do great things, you know.
Right.
So when it comes to what like, so when I think of influence as well, I also think of social media. And
Oh yeah, social media is definitely, I would say, definitely uses its power of influence.
because the most people on social media that do social media are also called influencers.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think of
Do you think that's their job? That's
what
kind of like a job then. Like if
what
certain, like I know, like some people, like yeah, I'm an influencer on the social
yeah, it's a
media.
job. If you're getting paid for it,
Yeah.
it's considered a job. But like it can also, I see people that I watch on YouTube that
Mm-hmm.
also works but still do still do social media and influence and all that stuff.
Okay.
So it's like they still have their normality, but they still are influencers. It's like what you watch, what you pour into yourself. Like seeing people work as well as recording themselves daily. That's
Right.
like a good influence. Or seeing people go around doing bad to society is still an influence if they're doing it and posting it on social media. But have you ever been on the internet or social media and you felt like someone has influenced you to do something, whether it's good or bad?
Oh
And have
yeah.
you compared yourself to them?
Mm. Yeah, of course. Like where there's certain incidents where you can see these. Like I like to watch this page or this group of people, women that they like to do the decorating or the cooking. So it makes me like, oh, I want to try that. You know, certain different dishes. It's like, okay, I can see myself trying that or tasting that because they use all the ingredients that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that's kind of like a way of influencing me,
Yeah.
or, me just watching them. And a lot of times I think when you're influenced, it's like you may watch them repetitively,
Mm-hmm.
where some people may just watch it at one time and just try. Yeah, like I could see where some people they may have their different shows or acts, and then you can watch it one time or you can watch it a couple of times before you decide to move upon it or act upon it.
Well, when it comes to me, mine comparing is more so when I compare myself, because I always watch social media. And one thing that over the time of me, because it's more in my generation where social media came about, where it's like people actually compare their self to people or
Mm.
their ideas or thoughts. Mine would be like it was never about the body or the how how people look on the outside. Mine was always I'm comparing my intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to, cause it's always in me that I want to be smart or smarter than what I look like. Where some people see like a black girl is smart, so it will always to me be like, oh, I want to be smarter than what these people are. Like reading, oh, let me read, cause reading makes you smart.
Yeah.
This person can do it, I can do it. Like it was that type of influence where I would compare myself to the people of, oh, let me get this, so let me start reading, or let
Mm-hmm.
me start saying affirmations, or let me get in the word with God, or
Mm-hmm.
let me do this. When
Right.
it's like, yeah, it could be a good comparing, but still be you,
Yeah.
you know?
Like put yourself in. It's like you take the good and then you add yourself. Give your own self the flavor to whatever you're
Yeah, and don't be
accomplishing.
so much like you don't have to get everything they got. So
Mm-hmm.
now that I see them got it, oh, I gotta get it because they got it,
Oh yeah.
type thing.
I see a lot of your generation do that. Yeah.
Yeah, where they would and compare themselves to influence, or
Mm-hmm.
the influence is we got to do this to hop on trend. Like I remember compared to like now from elementary to high school,
Mm-hmm.
wearing shoes was not a thing. Sneakerheads and having designer and the best outfit, that wasn't a thing when I was in elementary. Well, by the time middle school, it's like, oh, you gotta have the fire shoes on. Yeah. You gotta be fresh to school.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So why do you think influence have that much power?
Over the world or over society?
Yeah, in general.
I think I would say because maybe people or someone as an individual trying to fit in. So a lot of groups or a lot of people may try to fit in to the facade or fit in with the clique. So they will allow the influence to run them, or show them what I should do, how I should do it. So they're easily influenced.
I think when it comes to why the world has so much power, I think a lot of people in the world don't know that they're one-minded or like it's more out there to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bunch of us following the leader because we invest in our time in you and we believe in you that you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But in reality, we don't know that you don't know what you're talking about.
Now, what that movie remind you of that I showed you that you was watching the other day? We were watching the other day when I was twisting your hair.
Oh, The Wiz, the one with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross.
Mm-hmm.
How they all was following, but they was going left and right. But they was following Diana Ross.
Mm-hmm. The actual Take Me to the Wiz, Take Me to the Wiz. The Wiz don't know if he going to come.
Yeah, remember and the Wiz actually, he didn't know nothing. Like he was endangered himself or imprisoned himself.
So it's like when I want to go home, Wiz. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even know, the leader don't even know.
Yep.
And we just follow.
And we're trusting in every person.
Yeah.
We gonna trust in because we feel like they putting on this glam show, but we don't never see the bad that happened.
Yep.
So we just follow that one because we all like, we don't know nothing.
Mm-mm.
It's like we all one-minded.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, let me follow this person because I feel like this person know what they talking about.
Yeah.
But if you actually go talk to them and ask them this and that, well, I don't know. We just gonna have to figure it out.
Oh.
And that's life.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the thing is that a lot of times in life we realize, wow, like I really thought she had it or he had it all together, but they and just like
when
me.
When they see them celebrities,
mm-hmm.
and the celebrities start going on crack, getting a book of sugar, and doing all these hard drugs, and it's like, why they doing this and they got all this money?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, because we all human. We in humanity, and we don't know half of what we doing. Of what's going on, or nothing like that.
Yeah. But we know for a fact we have to actually go to the source.
Which is God.
Our creator.
Yeah.
To ask him, say, because like you say, this is life, and we really don't know, what we're doing. That's why we always ask him for guidance and
faith.
And direction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because he's going to lead us and guide us throughout the world.
Yeah.
But it's like, we do the easy way of, let me follow after you.
Yeah.
Or let me follow after you. But we just want y'all to follow. If y'all going to follow the right leader.
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow nobody that's putting you in danger or you feeling like your life is in danger or anything like that.
Yeah.
Follow after someone that will eventually grow you and make you uncomfortable for growth.
Yeah.
What would you say for those who's following
if they're
wrong crowd?
I would say when you're like, basically, if you already know, some people may feel like, all right, I'm not that go-getter, or no, I don't like to be in the front, or I'm not the lead. Mm-hmm. So eventually, like they say, we have the chiefs and we have the Indians, and then there are the chiefs. So it's kind of like there is a leader, mm-hmm. and then we do have the followers, and there's nothing wrong with, everybody give respect to everybody in their respective places.
Yeah.
So the thing is that when you do follow, because even leaders follow leaders.
A leader.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more so to choose. Make sure you have your own intellect, your own mind, like how you were saying. Just don't be that one-minded or dumb-minded mindset, and kind of like, you still as an individual have to know how to pull on the source, pull on God and say, God, help me, lead me, guide me. We need the Holy Spirit every day to teach us, like on a daily basis, or you'll get trapped up. You'll get trapped up in that matrix and be lost, So it's kind of like, having your own intellect to say, hey, yes, I'm following, but I do have my own mindset.
Yeah, I do have my own intellect and own mind.
Yep.
Because you might be that one person that, hey, we might not need to do this, but at that moment, you might be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
It's always in a moment in time where you become the leader, so you're going to have to get respect for yourself to know, let's shift this way, because I don't think what we're doing right now is not it. But yeah, the ultimate goal is, influence could be a good thing, a bad thing, but always choose the right influence and choose the right thing to do in life. You never want to do nothing bad, even though bad is what tempts you to do stuff. I don't know why.
And it's usually easiest, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Bad is always kind of like the simple and the most easiest way. Yeah, let me just go ahead and do that right now. Wrong. Yeah, so.
Yep, but that's all for today. And sorry we've been gone for 2 months. Right? We have been gone.
That long?
2 months.
The devil is a liar.
And we'll be back posting, y'all. But we did record a video. We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did record a video. That's why I don't feel like we've been gone for 2 months. It's just the audio was messed up.
Right.
And that was during the beginning of July. So if y'all still want, the mid-July. If y'all want to see that still, I don't know. Let us know. DM us. Comment on the YouTube page.
But other than that, we moving forward. Look out for some of our reels.
Yes, we will be posting reels and shorts on YouTube and on our social media. So look out for that. And with all that, peace out.
Peace out.
A-Town.
You gotta do better.
Even though we from B-Town. Oh, let me not throw the Crips up. You got to do better podcast.